Hello. Buckingham Palace had said Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's move from Royal Lodge would be early this year, but it seems to have happened in something of a rush, with him leaving under the cover of darkness on Monday night. No regal fanfare. Instead, today, just the sound of removal vans. Even though he's left Windsor, allegations about his links with Jeffrey Epstein continue to surface. Thames Valley Police are now saying that they are assessing accusations that a second woman was sent to the town for a sexual encounter with the then Prince. Andrew has previously denied any wrongdoing. And there were fiery exchanges in Parliament today as the Prime Minister insisted that Peter Mandelson had lied repeatedly about his relationship with Epstein. Carolyn Sim has our top story.
A removal lorry and a van were parked outside Royal Lodge this morning, there to relocate the belongings of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor to a location 133 miles away, Sandringham in Norfolk. For people living in the town, it's a distance that's welcome.
Personally, I'm glad that he's out of Windsor, so we could have this scandal the cloud could just raise from our area, really.
For me, living here, I'm gutted that, it's happened while he's been here.
Walking down, there was a lot of people with signs, and it didn't bring that nice feel that you want every time you're going out for a walk with your baby.
I think it's the association with the town, with the King and royalty, so it was harming it, and will continue to do so.
So you're glad to see the back of him?
Totally.
Andrew left Royal Lodge in the middle of the night and was gone by Tuesday morning. It was back in October when it was first announced that Andrew would leave Royal Lodge following the public outcry when it emerged he'd only paid a peppercorn rent for the mansion for more than 20 years. He was expected to leave by Easter, but it would appear the latest Epstein files has brought that departure date forward. The scandal dominated PMQs today, with questions raised about why the Labour peer Lord Mandelson was appointed as US ambassador when it was known that he had links to the convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
Before he gave such an important job to one of Epstein's closest friends, did he think at all about Epstein's victims?
All of our thoughts are with the victims of Epstein.
Meanwhile, Thames Valley Police is reviewing fresh allegations against Andrew. A woman claims she was sent to Royal Lodge by Epstein in 2010 for sex with him. He may have moved away from Windsor, but Andrew's troubles aren't left behind. Carolyn Sim, ITV News, Windsor.
A 25-year-old man has appeared in court accused of chasing and fatally stabbing his mother in the back in a busy area in Willesden. Najib Raitan appeared in court charged with the murder of Amal Raitan. She was pronounced dead at the scene. A plea hearing has been scheduled for April. The MP for Epping Forest has called on the government to close a hotel housing migrants in the area. The Bell Hotel became the focal point for violent demonstrations after a resident sexually assaulted a 14-year-old girl. He was later deported, but the hotel is still being used to house asylum seekers.
Prime Minister, for months our communities in Epping have been deeply distressed by the Bell Hotel reopening as an asylum hotel. But will the Prime Minister please listen, act now, close the Bell Hotel once and for all, and help restore our town of Epping?
Now, residents of Loughborough Estate in Brixton say they're being left in dangerous living conditions after being hit by repeated sewage flooding and earlier this month a devastating fire that destroyed 2 homes. Those living there are accusing their housing association of failing to take responsibility for basic safety and repairs. Kafo Patter reports.
Welcome to the Loughborough Estates in Brixton, a place where sewage runs from your tap. Fires in buildings with accusations of no work and smoke detectors and just general disrepair.
Here is where a lot of the damage was. This is where we had to pull up all the carpet.
This is Nina and Ollie's less than humble abode. They say their house is not a home, it's hell.
It got to a point where I think I got flooded with it maybe 5 times within a matter of weeks. And just the kind of cost of it, the psychological stress of it happening at any time, and just the exposure to raw sewage.
We've literally had to pick up human waste with our hands, like disinfect everything in the flat. As we said, we pulled up all of the carpet.
Others in the estate have told us these faults are nothing new, a reoccurring issue that's been going on and on and on. Now in a new year, and for some residents, the same old problems.
I can't lock the top door. I can't lock the top lock.
You're paying lots of money as well, aren't
Yes.
you? How does it feel living here?
Dreadful.
Now you're probably wondering what the council can do about all this. The answer, they say, is not a lot. The reason being is that even though Lambeth Council are the landlords, the estate is managed by someone else. Now the council have referred them to the Financial Conduct Authority for misuse of funds. But beyond that, they say their hands are tied. The council have also said the residents are entitled to good housing management and that these concerns have been voiced to the government.
Fundamentally, the way through this situation is for residents to have the opportunity to vote on whether they want to continue with the current arrangement or whether they want to go forward on a different footing with a different organisation managing their estate.
ITV News has reached out to the Loughborough Estate Management Board, but as of yet, no answer. For residents like Ollie, Nina and Jean, their wait continues. Maybe this year their problems will be solved. Kath Opata in Brixton, ITV News.
Do not travel. That's been the warning today from the UK's largest railway franchise. Southern Thameslink and Gatwick Express, all part of the Govia Thameslink Railway, urge passengers not to travel because of multiple incidents which included a train derailment inside a South London depot and signalling issues between some of the capital's major stations. Our reporter Helen Keenan was given exclusive access this afternoon in Selhurst to speak to those trying to get things back on track.
Well, this has caused major disruptions starting from this morning's rush hour and lasting through to the evening when people are trying to get home. And it was this train that you can see beside me that derailed. You can see the engineers who've been working throughout the day and they're trying to re-rail that train. That's to put it back on the track, and it was stopping trains coming out of the depot. Now that affected Southern Thameslink, Gatwick Express services and the London Overground. Now we spoke to some passengers earlier today and they said there was a sense of panic and frustration.
Because of the price of everything, you just expect it to be on time, to have warning, to have alternatives.
Yeah, definitely people were panicking.
Because I didn't know this was happening, so now I've got to spend more money than I expected in the first time.
Well, I'm happy to say I'm joined now by Steve from GTR and Lucy from Network Rail. Thank you for speaking to me today. Now, this is a huge operation. How long is this going to take?
Well, it's quite a complex lift. There have been about 20 people involved. We're very nearing the end of getting the train back on the track, so hopefully we'll be finishing that shortly, and then we'll get the infrastructure inspected and hopefully get that wrapped up tonight. And
it's a big team and a big train.
Yes, it is quite big. It's around about 40 tonnes per carriage, so it's a really big, complex operation. So the most important thing is about getting it back onto track safely.
Now look, Lucy, I'm sure everybody at home will be asking what happened here.
Yeah, so obviously we recognise the impact we've had to customers today, so we want to apologise to anyone who's had their journeys disrupted. It's too early to speculate on what's happened, but obviously we're doing a full investigation. Our focus is on recovering the train back onto the tracks, fixing any damage that's occurred and getting a full service back for customers tomorrow.
And look, as you say, you want to get that full service back. The work is happening. How confident are you that the entire service will be back to normal by tomorrow?
So we would advise passengers wishing to travel tomorrow to check before they travel. Our ambition is to get the railway back fully for customers tomorrow.
Now, coupled with this, there was some signalling problems. That's now been fixed. Now, they're hoping that the service will be back on track by tomorrow. The message is, though, check before you travel.
Helen Keenan with that update from Selhurst. Now, Labour MP Tulip Siddiq has raised the issue of mandatory CCTV in nurseries in Westminster this afternoon. It's after a police investigation into paedophile nursery worker Vincent Chan, whose abuse of children in a North London nursery has prompted a wider government review of safeguarding and oversight in early years settings.
There were almost 20,000 reports of serious childcare incidents in English nurseries in 5 years to March 2024. That's 40% up on the previous 5 years. I don't think CCTV is a silver bullet. But I do, however, think it's one step closer to safeguarding our children in the future.
OK, let's find out what's happening on the evening news now. Here's Lucrezia.
Coming up on the ITV Evening News, the Prime Minister says Peter Mandelson betrayed our country and lied repeatedly about his relationship with Epstein. We'll have the very latest. The government promises more people will survive cancer as they launch a national plan to tackle the disease. And the British pair going for gold at the Winter Olympics as Team GB's ice dance duo. Join me for those stories and more at 6:30.
Still to come on our programme. A look ahead at the new show making a splash in the West End. But first, it's not every day you get to step inside a story, but for a group of theatre-loving students in Bermondsey, that's exactly what happened. Pupils from Tower Bridge Primary School were given a behind-the-scenes treat at the National Theatre, getting hands-on with costumes and props for some of its most loved productions. The visit was part of celebrations ahead of World Book Day, the children trying on outfits and exploring items from stage adaptations of classic children's books. Our reporter Rags Martell was there as well.
Oh my God. Should we do a walk around first and get a bit used to the space? Come on in.
Entering a wardrobe wonderland.
Sparkly, but love it. I like the one that I looked like the Napoleon Guard. Looks very cool. The best outfit is the jacket that was golden and it looked like I was an Egyptian queen.
Go!
Ahead of World Book Day next month, the National Theatre has invited 5 kids to its wardrobe storage. Based in Bermondsey, the Green Store is a giant costume treasure chest, row upon row of outfits and props. And this place has a lot of costumes, 131,000 at the last count. Kids aren't normally allowed to run around here and try things on, but the stories these outfits once belonged to are now all available to school children on video. Part of the National Theatre's NT collection, a streaming service of its plays. Why is the NT collection so special?
Because it's free to all UK state schools and primary schools as well. It supports curriculum, so a lot of it is Shakespeare or shows that you might want to be teaching at GCSE and A-level, but we also have some fun stuff there as well.
These children go to Tower Bridge Primary School. What's today been like?
Oh, it's been epic. I think it's an amazing experience for the children to see the collection, and I think this is something that they don't really put in real life in their heads, so it's really nice to say that this is what happens behind the scenes. Yeah, it's bringing stories to life, isn't it?
A royal pose.
And how special is World Book Day?
It's really special where you get to dress up as your favourite character from a book. World Book Day is really special because you can see what other people's favourite books. Happy World Book Day.
World Book Day is next month, but these children already have a story to tell. Rex Martell, ITV News.
Love it. Well done.
Brilliant costumes. Now, my guests tonight are 2 major music stars sharing the stage in a brand new West End show. Sea Witch brings together Jay McGuinness from The Wanted and Maz Murray, best known as the longest-running Killer Queen in We Will Rock You. And together they're bringing to life a bold reimagining of a classic story. And it's having its world premiere right here at the beautiful Theatre Royal, Drury Lane. In a moment, we will speak to Jay and to Maz. But first, let's take a look at one of the show's songs. Oh, so beautiful, so powerful. Jay and Maz, we should just say that that's your colleague Natalie Paris, isn't it, playing
Paris,
Evie?
yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about the show, because I understand it's a prequel to The Little Mermaid, but that looks pretty grown up there.
It is. It's a really elegant, sophisticated take on the really famous Sarah Henning book, Sea Witch, and it's been transformed into what will be a worldwide premiere of a brand new show. So it's very mythical, magical, beautiful, has amazing stars in it, amazing Jay.
Yeah.
Natalie Paris, who you just saw, Amy Di Bartolomeo, and the wonderful Michelle Visage.
Yes.
Natalie Kasanga, lots of really fabulous vocalists, great actresses, and we're going to bring it all to life.
So just tell us about your characters, Jay. Who do you play?
Well, I would say this is definitely a female-led musical, and these women are far more interesting than the guys. But my character, Ica, I'd say he is a stickler for tradition. He really cares about his place in the world. He loves being part of the royal family. And he's a little bit of a lapdog to your character, Queen Charlotte, which I'm quite happy to be.
Oh, thanks. I'm happy you're happy to be.
OK, great.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm playing the Queen. So Queen Charlotte, so it's like Killer Queen, Dancing Queen, and now it's all the Queens.
Bit of a theme.
Well,
did you watch Game of Thrones? Game of Thrones girl?
Only with Hannah Waddingham.
Oh, of course, amazing.
Shame.
I think Queen Charlotte is very Cersei Lannister. She is a killer queen. She's really, that song at the end is intense.
Well, the other Queen Charlotte, who's in Bridgerton, Golda Rochevelle, is also a friend of mine. So it's all the queens together.
Hey,
yeah,
I did say West End royalty, didn't I? So I was right.
Yeah,
Can
we're
I ask
excited.
a really silly question. Is it set under the sea? Am I being daft?
No, it is set in Havnestad, which is the town where the famous Little Mermaid was birthed from the sea. And it's the story of how, you know, you see that her voice gets stolen at the start of Little Mermaid, but it's that villain, the origin of the villain from the Little Mermaid, how the sea witch became evil and started doing those dastardly things to the poor Little Mermaid.
No, it's a musical, so I guess there's dancing, and you'll be grand, won't you, Jay? Because we all know that you're a bit of a twinkle toes.
Yeah, I've
from
done
Strictly.
it. Yeah, I did my fair share of twinkle toesing on Strictly.
Yeah.
And our choreographer is Dean Lee, who's worked with Four and created lots of stuff for Janet Jackson. So a lot of it is...
The dancing is phenomenal.
It really
I mean,
is
it is phenomenal. It's really contemporary. It's really good. We've got the best dancers going.
Yeah.
And who are the best? Who are the king?
I'll just say that I personally requested that clip of that jive because it is, to this day, I think the best thing that Strictly has ever done. But, you know, that's just me. And Maz, you, of course, Mamma Mia, We Will Rock You. And I think, did you just finish Mamma Mia last year?
Yes,
you did.
I did.
Are you missing it?
Yes.
Because it was such a long time, years.
You do, of course you miss it, because you become, they're your family. You know, I've been there on and off for 10 years, as I was with We Will Rock You, and to work for greats like Queen and ABBA, it never leaves you because you walk into any shop, any restaurant, and it's playing.
Yeah.
It's constant.
It gets under your skin, that musical, doesn't it? It's
and
beautiful.
it was the best years of my life, and yeah, I'll always love it.
But is it quite nice to work on something completely new? Because this is brand new, and I guess you guys have had the chance to kind of create the roles from the ground up.
Yeah, always, because you want to work with new talent, you want to be inspired, you want to make new friends and work with people that are better than you and more brilliant than you, because otherwise you don't grow and you don't improve.
The people who created this, I read this today, they said this is a new kind of musical theatre. It will influence the way that musicals are made in the future. What do they mean by that?
Well, sorry to interrupt.
The
the trio of gents is Christopher Russell, Michael Glover and Shagun Faole. They're all young guys and they're all incredibly talented, and they've came together, but with the eye of making something that lives in the world of music videos and those sort of really raw vocals that people put on records. So I think that you know, there's been a lot of jukebox musicals that have like really fed that appetite for people that want those sort of pop performances. And I think that this is an original score, an original version of that. It's pretty exciting.
It's quite silly.
Listen, guys.
I'm not allowed to even say that, but it is.
I just want to, we've got to wrap up, but I just want to take this opportunity to reunite two musical legends. Can I remind you of this wonderful duet, Maz?
I don't want to talk, dee-dee-dee-doo, singular sensation, you can dance. Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance.
Sally, one musical legend.
That was quite the moment. I owe you so much money, I really do.
Duet, another duet,
anytime. We all got the blue memo. Look.
Yeah, we did. I love it. We just walked round, and we were just like singing everywhere we went. It was so joyful.
Oh, we had a lot of coffee.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, we had a lot of coffee. We were really.
It could have been anything. It was
really
midday.
Great fun.
Well, listen, we brought you sunshine today. Are we going to bring you some tomorrow? No, we're not. We're going back to what we know best. Let's take a little look and bring an umbrella.
Come rain or shine, Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
Hello again. A very good evening to you. The weather was so bad yesterday, even the pigeon was depressed. But look what happened today. The sun came out. Hurrah. Tomorrow we go back to what we know very well, a bit of grey and wet start, and there will be further bits and pieces of rain throughout the day, and it stays unsettled as we go towards the end of the week as well. Let's take a little look at the pressure chart and you can see why. It's because these low pressure systems are just firing in one after the other. On Saturday, that rain might come a bit later at the moment, and Sunday's looking a bit better, but probably don't bet any money on it. Just keep an eye on the forecast. Right, let's take a look at tonight. So it's dry out there, a little bit cool actually. Overnight, we're going to see that cloud thicken, and here it comes, that rain returns. So by the end of the night, it is looking a bit damp and depressing. Temperatures coming down to those low to mid single figures. So not freezing, but still on the cool side, and the wind's picking up as well. So it might be a bit breezy tomorrow, particularly at the coast. And of course, we have got this rain coming through, which is falling on quite wet ground already. So there may well be spray on the roads and things like that. Hopefully you'll get some drier spells as that rain comes through, but there's a lot of cloud too. Highs of about 8 to 9 or 10 degrees. So similar to today, but with the conditions, it might just feel a touch down. And then if you're out in the evening, hold on to that umbrella because there's the potential for a few more bits and pieces of rain to come through. And into Friday, as I said, it stays pretty unsettled. So we will keep you up to date because it's been quite uncertain. One bit of good news, it's not too chilly. That's it. I'll see you later on. Cheerio.
Octopus Energy sponsors ITV London weekday weather.
And that is it. The evening news is next with Lucrezia. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.